What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have for you guys another exciting unboxing to dig into. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And before you head out, do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciated, everyone. And feel free to let me know down in the comments what you are carrying today. Love hearing from you guys down there. So, we have a knife coming in from Vosteed, and I'm not 100% sure what knife this is. We are about to find out together, though. So let's see what we have here. So we got paperwork, sticker, and extra hardware. That should be a tall tale sign right there. We got a zipper pouch with a removable RE. Man, I love Vosteed's packaging. They do such a fantastic job. We have our knife and a microfiber cloth there. They do just such a solid job. And this is a knife that I have never checked out before, guys. This is going to be the Nightshade, but this is the mini Nightshade, and it's coming with a new look. We have aluminum scales here with this nice milling pattern, and this is going to be a crossbar lock instead of the standard liner lock. Ooh, we got a geared G10 backspacer that matches the thumb studs. And then we got all blacked out hardware and liners along with that crossbar lock. Ooh, nice little snappy guy there, are we? Yeah. That is a nice little snappy guy. So I haven't had any experience with the crossbar lock mini Nightshade. It's a knife that I just haven't had the chance to really pick up. Not that I haven't had a chance, but it's just one that kind of slipped through the cracks. And typically, I'm not huge into mini knives per se. But once I looked at the specs for the handle, I realized that I have some knives that have a similar handle length, and that I would probably be able to get a full purchase on this guy. And sure enough, I can get a full purchase on this guy. Now, there isn't a ton of room for me to move around on this knife, but I can get all four fingers on this guy, and this is going to be plenty of blade length to do most day-to-day things. And then I'm not sure on 14C 28N on the steel there. That is a phenomenal choice. I love that Vosteed is they're dabbling in a lot of different stuff, guys. 14C, 154. They had some stuff come out in LMAX. I mean, they're just doing a bunch of different stuff, and I really applaud them for all the different steels, all the different locking mechanisms that they are trying out. They are putting out some different blade shapes. They're just doing a phenomenal job, and I have to be 100% honest. They are my favorite company to deal with. They just are. The most pleasant people. You can really tell from top to bottom, they are a true knife company. Everyone there loves knives, and it's a great thing. And they are a small shop. That's one thing, that we have to remember. I've had some people asking me, why is Vosteed doing a Kickstarter for the new knife that they have coming out? And that is, first and foremost, the main reason right there is they are a small shop that, can't do everything that we might think that they can do. So that is that's one of the reasons for the Kickstarter for the new knife. And I have to say, guys, the new knife that they have coming out is absolutely incredible. It is the wave of the future, in my opinion. It will be commonplace. What they are doing, everybody is going to want it and then some. Let's go ahead and bring out our Hank here and see what we got for what it looks like in the pocket. So we have a nice minimal deep carry clip here. I like this clip. We have a tiny little bit poking out of the pocket there, and we have good retention on that clip as well. They are also offering a tolled side on the show side for lefty carry, and they include a filler tab. Great job by Vosteed. I love the look of this little guy. Now, what we really need, in my opinion, would be an XL Nightshade with the crossbar lock in LMAX. That would be absolutely money, in my opinion. LMAX, titanium, crossbar lock, XL size. Oh, man. You know, something with, like, not crazy XL, but, like, how about, I don't know what the original Nightshade is, but it can't be, like, 3.6 or so. So, somewhere in that ballpark. Do, like, a 3.6, 3.7-inch blade. That would be freaking awesome, guys. That would be awesome. So why don't we go ahead and we'll see what kind of edge comes on this guy. And this has a little ting to it. I don't know if the microphone will pick it up. You hear that little ting? That's kind of impressive, or not kind of, that is impressive. That they're getting a little ting out of this crossbar lock. You got to be hearing that. Tell me you're hearing that. And this has a beautiful edge on it. We just recently checked out the LMAX brass bolster, micarta, dual deployment with the hole and rear flipper combo. And that knife is, they got something going with the Nightshade here. And there's not much like it on the market, period. The only other knife that I can think of that's even sort of resembling the Nightshade, not sort of, the only other knife that I can think of that resembles the Nightshade is the Chillin'. And don't quote me on it, but I think the Nightshade came before the Chillin'. Not that that really matters. I would love to see more knives that are similar to this. This is not to be, maybe not for everyone, but this is potentially one of, if not the most useful designs and blade shapes for an EDC knife that there is. You have a naturally, so if your handle is straight here, look how low that tip is. You can't get much lower than that. Worn clips are not going to be that low. Sheep's foots will not be that low. You know, a hawksbill, you know, that would get low, but you maintain with this a standard edge, and you get that nice pokey tip, this nice leaf-shaped blade. They keep this thing ultra thin, guys. I mean, ridiculously thin. That's gotta be like 80 thousandths or something. I don't know what that is, but that's gotta be insanely low right here. Let's check this thing. $97. Man, that is thin. I guess it's not 80 thousandths. I don't know what I'm talking about, but 98 thousandths. And my guess would be those calipers could be slightly off one way or the other. Maybe not. The last I checked them, they were on point, pretty close. That is insanely thin. The standard Nightshades, I don't know if they're quite this thin, but I think they are pretty thin as well. As far as lockup goes, this thing is rock solid. There's no movement in there. No up and down, no side to side, and this thing was completely centered, on point. Now, you know, going back to the size thing, I think if you have medium, large hands, you're going to be just fine on this knife. And even if, you know, like me, I prefer a little bit bigger knife, but there are times where, a lot of times actually, where I'll carry a knife similar to this size as kind of my fifth pocket knife or a backup knife, or sometimes when I carry 3 knives, I'll carry, you know, a fairly large folder, a mid-size folder, and then I'll carry a more mini folder, if you will, because I do have quite a few smaller knives like this, and there are plenty of times where if I am carrying 2 or 3 knives and I have a mini knife like this on me, depending on what I'm doing, this is the knife, or would be the knife, that I would pull out to make that quick cut or do whatever, just because you have a ton of control over this blade and it just works really well. That's typically, you know, how I work. I'll carry something medium or smaller ended for a backup or third carry, and I can definitely see a nice little spot for this thing in the rotation of my knives, and it looks awesome. I love the contrast with the studs. They did a good job, you know, blacking the blade, the hardware liners, crossbar lock, all that out, the pocket clip, and then they give you a cool little contrast with the backspacer and the thumb studs. And I'm pretty sure this is a new mini Nightshade. This isn't a version that they offered before. And this thing is extremely lightweight, guys. This can't be more than 2.5 ounces or so. We're going to do a full in-depth overview of this thing, but this thing kind of has me intrigued. Yeah, 2 ounces. That's ridiculously light. You will not remember that this is in your pocket until you need it. As far as the lockup goes, it is going to be solid. We don't even need to get the whacker out. This is going to be solid. No question about it. This isn't a plastic table, so we have a hardwood table with this flooring on top of it. So it's pretty structural. If it was going to fail, it would easily fail on this table. Yeah, Vosteed just keeps putting them out, guys. Every single design that I've checked out from them is, even if it's not my cup of tea or the main thing that I go for typically, that doesn't mean that it isn't well done. And this is another case. And, you know, I can easily see this thing. Like I said, I really like the Nightshade series. I can easily see this finding its way into my pocket. Not as a primary, but for sure as a backup. Or, you know, a fifth pocket to me is more of a third carry, because I don't typically carry just 2. It's usually 2 folders and a slip joint, or 2 folders and a mini knife like this. So I can definitely see this having a nice little spot in my pocket, and you won't even know it's there, because it's so lightweight. I would like to know if that's adjustable in there, though. That would be one thing I wouldn't mind finding out. We'll do that in a separate video, though, because I don't actually know, and I don't think you can really tell by looking through the spine. Yeah, it's really hard to tell just going by the spine there. We'll have to do that in a separate video and find out, but I definitely won't mind finding that out. Not that it needs it, but that would be another additional nice touch for this knife. There's no stick. Very easy to grab this thing and disengage it. This is going to be a fidget monster. My hands are so big that the reverse flick, it does work. I just got to get my fingers out of the way, and you can't be riding on that crossbar lock when you do it either. Probably going to be a thumb flicker for me. But yeah, you can reverse flick this, no problem, once you get used to where to put your fingers and the size of it. But yeah, I really like the Nightshade series, and I think the Mini is a nice addition for people who prefer smaller knives, people with smaller hands, females who like, you know, smaller knives, or that, you know, they just prefer a knife like this. We have lots of females now watching the channel, which is awesome. So hopefully this is right up their alley. You'll have to let me know what you guys think of this guy down in the comments. Love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. Really appreciate that. If you're new here, we release videos every single day. So if you enjoy knife content, you are in the right spot. We release 1 to 2 videos every single day here. We'd love to have you here. That'll wrap this one up, guys. I'll throw up a couple new videos. Go check one of them out, and I will catch you on the next one.